खराब हो गया है।
Hello friends, it's so good to see you here. We are about to start the online session of the bio chapter number 4, absorption by roots in the plants. I'm going to here start with the already we have done till turgidity, and you all know the uses of turgidity. We are going to start with the uses of turgidity, which is there in the slide. We have done all this. We have done all this. We move further. We all know about osmotic pressure, osmosis, what is active transport, turgidity. So the turgidity provides rigidity to the soft tissues such as the leaves. We all know it that if there is less water during the summers in the plants, then the plants, what they do, they wilt, the leaves wilt away. So in order to maintain stiffness, प्लांट्स को स्टिफ रखने के लिए हमको क्या करना पड़ता है, हमको सेल के अंदर पानी बिल्कुल अच्छे से होना चाहिए. So आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि when the leaves wilt, then if we water them properly, तब क्या होता है कि इवनिंग के टाइम तक आते आते ट्रांसपिरेशन तो एक्चुअली कम हो चुका होता है और एब्जॉर्प्शन इंक्रीज होने लगता है, और एब्जॉर्प्शन के इंक्रीज होने से क्या हुआ कि टर्जिडिटी इंक्रीज हो जाती है. You must have heard about कि किसी भी अगर रूम में अगर कोई प्लांट है, तो अगर वो प्लांट को हमने सॉइल में किसी भी रूम के सॉइल में डाला हुआ है और धीरे धीरे उसकी जो कंक्रीट फ्लोर है ना, उसमें वो क्रैक्स आ जाते हैं. क्यों आते हैं वो क्रैक्स? इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज कि द रूट्स दे एब्जॉर्ब वाटर, द cells of the roots, they become stiff, they become turgid, and because of that turgor pressure, they tend to put some force on the concrete floor. And as a result of this turgor pressure, the hard ground of that concrete floor tends to crack. सेम थिंग हैपेंस अगर वॉल में भी आपके कोई प्लांट लगा हुआ है, तब भी यही काम होता है कि उसकी रूट्स जो हैं वो एब्जॉर्ब करती हैं वाटर को, और वाटर के एब्जॉर्प्शन से उस रूट्स के अंदर टर्जिडिटी इंक्रीज हो जाती है, जिसकी वजह से वो अपना टर्गर प्रेशर बिल्डअप कर लेते हैं, और टर्गर प्रेशर के बिल्ड होने पर दे टेंड टू पुट प्रेशर ऑन द वॉल, और वॉल फिर धीरे धीरे क्रैक होना शुरू हो जाती है. As we can say कि अगर हम किसी भी ग्लास के वास को किसी टफ या कंक्रीट फ्लोर पर फॉल करवाते हैं, देन इट ब्रेक्स, लेकिन अगर सैंड में करवाएंगे तो ब्रेक नहीं होगा क्योंकि उस पर प्रेशर ज्यादा लग रहा है. Same thing happens when the roots tend to absorb water, they become turgid, and then they exert some pressure, and that pressure is called as the root pressure. So remember, when the cells they have the turgidity, they impose some pressure on the walls, that is called as the turgor pressure. But if that pressure is in the roots, that is called as the root pressure. As we can see in the diagram that the cell, we have taken a potted plant, and in that potted plant we have cut the stem and we have put a manometer there. Then we see that the tubing of the manometer shows the rise in the mercury level, indicating that there is some root pressure, and that root pressure is because of the water being absorbed by the roots. Okay, so this root pressure is very, very necessary for the upward movement of the cell sap in the plants. Now, at times what happens that sometimes when you cut the twig, then that twig, it tends to bleed out. It tends to lose the cell sap, और हम कहते हैं कि इसमें से कुछ white milky fluid निकल रहा है. छोटे थे तब याद था आप लोगों को कि आप कभी भी किसी twig को जब तोड़ते थे तो उसमें से कुछ सफेद कलर का, व्हाइट कलर का कुछ फ्लूइड बाहर आता था, कहते थे दूध बाहर आ रहा है. वो इट इज द सेल सैप which comes out, and that cutting of the leaf of the twig and oozing out of the cell sap due to the cut leaf is called as bleeding. Okay, that is also because of the root pressure which takes place. We have heard about opening and closing of the stomata in class 9. What happens that the the guard cells are like this, okay, hard inside and soft outside, just like our palm, which is harder inside and softer outside. So these are the two guard cells. These two guard cells, when they absorb water, because they have the chloroplast in them, they undergo the process of photosynthesis. Then what happens is they tend to swell up. When they tend to swell up, they bulge outside. And when they bulge outside, they create a hole like this, and that hole is called as stomata. And during the night, when they lose their water, then what happens that the turgidity is removed, and slowly the cells, they become flaccid and they join together. This phenomena is the opening and the closing of the stomata, which also takes place due to the turgidity. So the opening and the closing of the stomata, which is a very important phenomena which takes place due to the turgor pressure, is due to the absorption of the water by the guard cells. Must have heard about the turgor movement. Turgor movement, or you must, I should say, you must have heard about the plant hole, Mimosa pudica, which is also called as Lajvanti. The moment you touch it, it loses its stiffness, and then it tends to come down, and the leaves, they become fold, and the leaflets, they become fold, and they do not remain rigid and turgid. This phenomena is due to the turgor movement, which takes place because of the special cells which are present in the pulvinus, which are placed at the bend, at the petiole of the leaf. Okay, so when we touch the leaf somewhat strongly, what happens is that the wave of folding takes place, and due to this, the turgor pressure is being lost, and the loss of the turgor pressure, the petioles, which are present at the base of the petiole, some pulvinus is present, and this pulvinus, it tends to make the leaf rigid. But as soon as the turgidity of this is being lost due to the touching movement, then the bending movement takes place, and this thing happens, and the plant all of a sudden droops down. The same thing happens with the sunflower as well. Sunflower, we all know, it moves along with the movement of the sun. Wherever the sun goes, the sun also bends itself, isn't it? The sunflower also bends itself. The sleep movements, all they are because of the turgor pressure. Now let's move to the new topic, that is the root pressure. As I have told you that roots, they absorb water. The cells of the roots, they become turgid, and because of their turgidity, they tend to put some pressure. The cells of the roots put some pressure, and that pressure is called as root pressure. We have an experience that when we cut off the shoot of the plant, the water pushes out from the root stump. You know what is a stump? The इसको हिंदी में ठूट कहते हैं. मतलब क्या हुआ कि जब आप पूरे पेड़ को काट दीजिए और उसके बाद उसकी रूट्स सॉइल के अंदर ही हो, और बस थोड़ा सा पोर्शन उसका स्टेम का सॉइल के ऊपर होता है, उस पोर्शन को कहते हैं हम स्टम्प. ओके, तो रूट प्रेशर उसमें बिल्ड हो जाता है बच्चों, एंड जिसकी वजह से ऑस्मोसिस हो तो रही है ना. और जब आपने पेड़ को काट दिया है तो क्या होता है, उसमें से, उस स्टम्प में से पानी बाहर निकलना शुरू हो जाता है, रूट सेल से बाहर निकलना शुरू हो जाता है. एंड व्हाई डज दिस हैपन? इट इज जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द रूट प्रेशर व्हिच इज बीइंग exerted. Okay, so this thing happens because of this. Now this diagram 44.13, which is there in our slide, this is very important as it has come number of times as for labeling and for telling the arrows, telling what we are actually doing. So you should need not to learn it in a way to sketch it, but you should know how, what is it, and what the arrows indicate. The arrows indicate the movement of the water from cell, due to the cell to cell osmosis. The root hair is there, which is absorbing the water. The water is being entering from the soil into the root hair. From the root hair, it goes into the cortical cells. From the cortical cells, it moves into the xylem, and so forth. We all know it is. Now see, this imbibition and turgor pressure generate much force. You must have seen number of times in our mythology, it is being said that all of a sudden in the night, एक देवी जी प्रकट हो गई मिट्टी में से, है ना। वो क्या करते हैं, ये चालाक लोग होते हैं बच्चों, और ये चालाक चालाक लोग क्या करते हैं, अब एक किसी पर्टिकुलर प्लेस को कुछ रिलीजियस प्रायोरिटी देने के लिए वो अर्थ के अंदर, मिट्टी के अंदर थोड़ा सा दाल को डाल देते हैं और उसके ऊपर एक आइडॉल रख देते हैं, देवी जी रख देते हैं, जो भी व्हाट्स एवर, ओके। और उस पर्टिकुलर जगह को वो सॉइल से कवर कर देते हैं। स्लोली एंड स्लोली वो धीरे धीरे उसके अंदर पानी डालते हैं, डालते रहते हैं, क्योंकि उन्हें पता है कि उन्होंने कहाँ पर उस दाल को डाला है मिट्टी में। धीरे धीरे वो दाल फूलती है, ठीक, स्वेल, वो वाटर को इम्बाइब करती है, इम्बाइब करके वो स्वेल अप होती है, वो फूड ग्रेन कुछ भी हो वो फूलना शुरू कर देता है। जब वो स्वेल अप होगा, धीरे धीरे उसके स्वेल होने से उसके पास एक ही रास्ता है, वो है रास्ता ऊपर आने का, नीचे तो वो जा नहीं सकता, वो ऊपर आने का रास्ता है। जब वो ऊपर आता है तो वो उसके संग संग उसके ऊपर जो रखा हुआ आइडॉल है वो भी ऊपर आना शुरू हो जाता है। एंड देन द क्लेवर पीपल दे टेंड टू make people convinced that Devi ji आई हैं, and they can make lots of stories out of it. Then we come over to the we have seen number of times that in humid, hot and humid weather, the tomato, grass and banana, you need to remember TGBF, tomato, grass, banana and fern. Need to underline this particular plants in your chapter, that they undergo the phenomena of guttation. That is being asked number of times, that they can ask you like odd one, they can ask you give an example whatsoever, but TGBF, tomato, grass, banana and fern. What they do, they undergo the phenomenon of guttation. Now what is this guttation? It happens that during hot and humid weather, like we'll experience after some days, in hot and humid weather, the plants tend to absorb, these plants, all plants absorb water, but these plants absorb excessive water, and because of that they tend to have enough force which comes out through the leaves margin. The water comes out through the margin of the leaves during the early morning, and this phenomena is called as guttation. So what we can say, guttation is the phenomena in which the leaves, they tend to lose water in form of water droplets from the margin of the leaves. This phenomena is called as guttation, and it is being seen by the special plants like tomato, grass, banana and fern, TGBF. Because these plants especially, they have special pore bearing cells which are known as hydrathodes, and from these hydrathodes the water comes out in form of water droplets rather than as being oozed out in form of water vapor. So oozing out of water in form of water droplets in the early morning of the plants through the special pore bearing cells known as hydrathodes, is this phenomena is called as guttation. Now we move to the importance of root hairs and upward movement and movement of absorbed water and minerals. We all know water is being absorbed by the plant. Now what is the फायदा of the plant? क्या उससे आराम मिलता है, क्या एडवांटेजेस है उसको, क्यों वो एब्जॉर्ब करता है, कैसे एब्जॉर्ब करता है, ये सब हम जानते हैं, है ना। सो upward movement of the water by the roots takes place by root hair. रूट है उसके अंदर सेल सेप होता है, सेल सेप हायर कंसेंट्रेशन पर होता है और उसके अंदर ज्यादा सॉइल्स होते हैं, और उसके चारों तरफ जो वाटर होता है उसमें कम सॉइल्स होते हैं, वाटर ज्यादा, सॉइल में वाटर ज्यादा होता है. सो सेल टू सेल ऑस्मोसिस टेक्स प्लेस, एंड ड्यू टू विच द वाटर फ्रॉम द रूट हेयर passes from the soil, passes into the root hair, and from the root hair it passes into the xylem vessels through the adjoining cell to cell osmosis. This water along with the minerals reaches to the xylem and is being then distributed into the various parts of the plant. Now figure 4.14 shows us that the brown color particles are nothing but the soil particles, and they have a layer of water around them. This water is being diffused into the root hair by the cell to cell osmosis, and then from the root hair it goes into the root hair vacuole. From the root hair vacuole it goes into the xylem vessels of the stem, and this happens only by the cell to cell osmosis. This water and the minerals are then being used by the plants to manufacture the food. There are certain experiments now, friends, for on the absorption and the conduction of water in the plant. The first one is to show that roots absorb water. Students, this diagram is very necessary to just only one thing you need to remember in this particular diagram is that this diagram they have roots. The same diagram you will find for the in the transpiration chapter as well, but they are without the roots. So this diagram is very important for the point of view of the boards, because if they give you this diagram with the roots, the aim of the diagram of the experiment would be that the roots they absorb water. But if it is without roots, like you will see in the transpiration chapter, that aim will be that the plants they undergo the phenomena of transpiration. Okay, so if roots are there, you need to remember that the roots they are there, then they indicate that the roots they are absorbing water. Now, what is the purpose of the oil in figure 4.15? The purpose of the oil is that the oil prevents the water being lost by evaporation. So oil is there for the prevention of water being lost by the evaporation. So what we do in A1, we have taken the A test tube. In this A test tube, we have taken some water and we have put a twig with the roots and the oil poured over it. The twig of the roots, the twig with the roots, it will absorb water, and slowly in the after some time we will see that the level of the water has gone down. Then what is the idea of the B test tube over there? It is acting as a control, that it's telling us that the water is being absorbed by the roots and is not lost just like that. So it is a control. So B is the control कि टेस्ट ट्यूब को पानी से भरे टेस्ट ट्यूब को धूप में रखने से कुछ भी नहीं होता. It's only if that test tube is having the twig containing some roots, it will absorb the water and the level of the water will go down after some time. Now, in this particular experiment, you need to remember one more thing, that a leafy plant, they ask you, give an example, is balsam. Why we have taken balsam? Because balsam has large number of fibrous roots. The surface area is more, so the absorption of the water by these roots will be more. That's why balsam plant is being taken. So remember some points for this particular diagram, that the balsam plant is being taken and the roots of this balsam plant, they are fibrous, they are thick, they are more bushy, so the absorption will be more. And we need to remember one more thing for this particular experiment, that if there are roots, the aim of the experiment is that the roots absorb water, and the B test tube shows the control. Is that clear? Okay. Now we move to the experiment number 2 to show that water is conducted upward through the xylem. So what do we do for that purpose? We take some colored water, okay, and put a plant in it, okay, along with the roots, and leave it there for some time. After some time, what we will observe that only the xylem vessels are being colored, because the colored water has reached only into the xylem vessels, as xylem vessels are the one which absorb the water, proving that the water is conducted through the xylem vessel. Remember one thing, phloem conducts in both direction, xylem conducts only in one direction, only that too upward. Okay, it's a unidirectional, and phloem is bidirectional, because the food can go up and food can come down towards the roots, because many plants we eat the roots and many plants we eat the leaves. So it depends upon that only. Now, third experiment is the conduction of water through xylem. This is also an alternate experiment. We do it through the girdling experiment. As you can see in the last part of the chapter, that there is a plant. In that plant, what we have done, we have taken 2 twigs, and in those 2 twigs, we have, in one of the twig, we have removed the xylem, and the other twig, we have removed the phloem. The twig in which we have removed the xylem, the leaves of that twig tend to wilt, because the water is not reaching. Why the water is not reaching these leaves is that the xylem is unable to conduct water, because we have removed the xylem from that particular twig. But in the other one, we have removed the phloem. And what we see that there is some girdling being taking place because the phloem tends to bring the food down. But usko jab path ही नहीं मिल रहा, phloem हमने काट दिया है, remove कर दिया है. So the food tend to be restricted at one particular place where there is no further passage for the food to come down. वो होता है girdling. तो girdle सा बन जाता है. Ringing experiment भी बच्चे उसको कहते हैं. Okay. The next one is just to say that the xylem is bringing the food down. So that's a downward experiment, downward movement of the food, which also takes place by the girdling experiment. Although the xylem vessel wala experiment is being asked in the boards, but girdling wala nahi पूछा हुआ है आज तक. Okay, so you need to see the next slide for that particular thing. That see now, I was talking about figure 4.16. This figure 4.16 shows the experiment in which we say that water is conducted upward through the xylem. See, we have taken the colored water and we see that only the xylem vessels have become colored. Why is it so? Because the xylem vessels only conduct water. All the xylem tissues, they are being stained pink. You can see easily. And figure 4.17, what does it show? That when we have removed the xylem, भाई वो तो wilt हो गया, leaves उसके wilt हो गए. जब हमने xylem को intact रखा, leaves are alive, they are very turgid, isn't it? So this is one of the experiments. And the experiment 4.18, the figure 4.18 shows us that we have removed the phloem. On removing the phloem, though, the food tends to come down. When the food tends to come down, there we find accumulation of the food in the phloem. Okay, because it is unable to go down, उसको रास्ता नहीं मिल रहा है, there is no passage क्योंकि हमने phloem उसका remove कर दिया. This is the girdling experiment. Okay, the bark, it becomes bit thick over there at one point of time. In the B figure you can see that the bark becomes, at the start it is not that, but at the end of the experiment it has become thicker because the phloem is being cut, and so food slowly and slowly is being accumulating and the bark becomes little bit thick. Now come over the forces. What are the forces which are contributing to the ascent of sap? First of all, let's understand what is sap. The cell sap we are talking about here is of the cell sap. Cell sap means the water, the minerals, whatever are present inside the vacuole of the cell, that is called as a sap. Now, how does the sap, the cell sap, it moves up? The movement, the upward movement of the cell sap is called as the ascent of sap. अपने आप नहीं होता. There are 3, 4, 5 factors responsible for the upward movement of the cell sap. The first is the root pressure. ठीक है, तो जो छोटे प्लांट्स हैं, है ना, वो इतना रूट प्रेशर डेवलप कर लेते हैं कि वो एक पर्टिकुलर हाइट तक उस सेल सैप को ऊपर पहुंचा सकते हैं. Okay, so root pressure is one of the reason. Second thing is the capillarity. These xylem vessels, they are very thin like a thread. Okay, if you dip a thread in ink, what do you find? All of a sudden the ink comes up. Okay, that upward movement of the blue ink in the thread, which you can see, is just because it is the capillarity movement. So हमारे xylem vessels, they are very thin. क्यों? तो उससे क्या होता है? They undergo the capillarity movement और उसकी वजह से अपने आप पानी या सेल सैप ऊपर चढ़ना शुरू हो जाता है. ascent of sap होना शुरू हो जाता है. फिर उसके बाद हमारे पास नेक्स्ट फैक्टर इज ट्रांसपरेशनल पुल. इन दिस ट्रांसपरेशनल पुल, अब बच्चों जैसे यू आर देयर इन सन प्लेइंग आउटसाइड, ओके, और आप स्वेट कर रहे हो. अगर आप स्वेट कर रहे हो तो ऑब्वियसली यू विल टेंड टू ड्रिंक मोर वाटर. ओके, इट कम्स आउट ओवर हियर, फ्रॉम हियर द वाटर कम्स आउट from here and you drink water, isn't it? तो यही काम हमारे some plants में भी होता है. That is called as transpirational pull. Leaves में से water बाहर निकलता है. Okay, which is being thrown out in form of water vapor. That is transpiration, we all know. अब उसको मेकअप करने के लिए नीचे से suck in होता है water. Roots में से suck in होता है. Okay, that is called as transpirational pull. क्योंकि transpiration ने ये pull किया, इसलिए इसको कहते हैं transpirational pull. So water is being lost from the leaf by transpiration, and these water molecules are being pulled up by the leaves due to the water has one property which is called as cohesion. Cohesion means like particles के बीच का force of attraction. water के संग force of attraction. water के molecules का water के ही molecules के संग force of attraction is called as cohesion. तो water का एक cohesive force थोड़ा सा ज्यादा होता है, जिसकी वजह से एक लंबा सा कॉलम बन जाता है वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स का, और वो स्टेम में मूव करना शुरू हो जाता है, बीच में से कहीं टूटते नहीं है वो, दे मूव ऑन एंड मूव ऑन एंड मूव ऑन। फ्लो पे पानी अगर बड़ा होता है वो एक जगह इकट्ठा हो जाता है, वो फैलता नहीं है अलग तरीके से, अलग अलग जगह नहीं पहुंचता, क्योंकि फ्लोर का और वाटर मॉलिक्यूल का इतना एडिशन नहीं होता जितना वाटर का वाटर के मॉलिक्यूल्स के संग कोहेशन होता है। Then comes the adhesion. It causes the water to stick to the surface of the cell, thus drawing more water molecules from below when the leaf cells lose during transpiration. काम भी होता है, but cohesive force is little bit more. Thus pulling force or the succession force which is provided by the leaves is very important for the tall trees like eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is a very tall tree, you all know. उसमें रूट प्रेशर अकेला नहीं काम करता, उसमें ट्रांसपोर्टेशनल पुल भी अकेला काम नहीं करता, उसमें सारी चीजें कंबाइंड होकर के जो है ये काम करती हैं। ओके, सो यूकेलिप्टस के प्लांट में ये सब चीजें होती हैं। नाउ सी water up and up. All the water inside the coconut, you know what is coconut pretty well, okay, comes from the ground. One molecule of water evaporates from the leaves during transpiration, दूसरा उसकी जगह लेने के लिए आने लगता है, सक्सेशन बन जाता है tall trees के अंदर, और ये cohesive force जो water का होता है particles के बीच में, वो जाकर के coconut में जाकर पहुंचने लगता है। So this is all about the chapter which we had lost in between due to some reasons. So now we finish up this chapter of absorption by the roots, and we have already given you the assignment of this particular chapter. I expect that now you will finish up that assignment and the exercise of this particular chapter and share with me. Thanks for watching this particular video. God bless you. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you.